So I am using Karen Simply Soft acrylic yarn in these two colors, and you can use anything you want though, with a 3.5 millimeter hook. So to start, we are going to chain the width of your waist. So I did 29 inches across, which is making a total of 120 chains. Then using the other color yarn, you're going to slip stitch into the last chain that we made, and basically you're going to double crochet with that new color all the way across the chain, the foundation chain that we made. So just normal double crochets all the way down. And then once you get to the end, you're going to chain 2, turn the work with the same color. We're going to go back in and double crochet our way back. So we're making 2 rows of double crochet. So once you finish with that row, you cut off the end, and then we're going to start with brown again. So slip stitch the brown again, and then for the first one we do single crochet. So with this color, we're going to make single crochets all the way down, and keep doing that until you reach the end. And then now we chain 2 and we start on the double crochet again. So that last row is kind of like just a base for the next color, and then now we go back in and do double crochets like normal. You continue doing that 2 times, and then you're going to fold it like this, because this will go around our waist. So you want to take a stitch marker and place it on the sides there, because there we're going to mark where we start the actual pattern. So to start the pattern, we're going to make 2 double crochets in the first stitch, in the same stitch, and then chain 2, and then make 2 double crochets into the same stitch. And then from here, we're going to chain 4, and then skip 4, and then on the 5th one, you make a double crochet, and then a second double crochet, and then again, chain 2, and then 2 more double crochets. So that now we're going to repeat. And then you're going to continue that all the way around the circumference of the waistline. So once you finish doing that first row, we're just going to repeat it, and I'll show you how we start that. So once you get the end, you're going to chain 1, and then insert it at the top of that scallop that we made. You make 2 double crochets. It's like a little opening at the top there. And then chain 2, and then 2 more double crochets. And then similar to the last row, we're going to chain 4, and then into the next top part gap, again, chain double crochet, 2 of them. Oops. And then chain 2, and then 2 more double crochets. So it's the same exact pattern, but you're making it at the gap of the chain 2 space that we made in each scallop last row. So once you finished making those 2 rows, we're going to stop and then restart where the stitch marker is. So we're making a separate panel, just starting from this stitch marker to the next stitch marker. So you're making this pattern in between the entire thing. It's where you're starting at the stitch marker, at one stitch marker, and then going to the next one, and then you're gonna turn the work and only do it in that middle section, the same exact pattern. So that when you continue, it will look like this. See? So it's in the middle that we're going to continue making this. And then I made as many rows as you need to that will cover your back, basically. So you just keep going until you've reached the size that is adequate for you. So you're going to repeat this again, making a separate little panel on the side pieces. This is where you will have it in the front. So once you fold it, this part will go on the front side. So again, you just repeat the same pattern, the two double crochet, chain two, two double crochet, chain four, and then skip and then go to the next one. Same exact thing. And you make it the same length as the middle section. So you do this on this side, and then you do the same thing on the other side, and then I will meet you back. So I went ahead and did one side completely so I can show you what it looks like and how we're going to put it together. So basically, once you finish making all three panels, we're going to sew it together. So you're going to fold it in, and then this part on the left side will be sewed together at the top. That will be on the shoulder. See? So you're going to attach that together like that, and I will show you how. So you basically slip stitch, and then you're going to grab the inner loop of each side, and then you pull through the yarn through all loops. So if you see closely, I'm only grabbing the inside loop. I'm coming out in. So you take the hook and kind of grabbing it from the outside in of the inner loop. Just follow the visuals. It's kind of hard to explain in words, but if you can see what I'm doing, I'm just grabbing the inside. If you also feel more comfortable doing it a different way, or if you've seen a different way that's easier for you, go ahead and do that, just as long as you sew this part together. To start the pattern on the sleeve, you're basically going to do the same exact pattern as the rest of the shirt. I did only 2 chains in between. Like the skipping part, I did 2 just because the scallops were closer together because it's the edge. But you can continue. You can do the same for chains in between. It's up to you. This part is however you want it to look. But basically, I did 2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 double crochets in the same stitch, and then I chained 2 and then went over to the next scallop. That's all I did. So it's just a style preference, but it's the same exact pattern. You're going to continue doing that until you wrap around the sleeve that fits you best, and that's it. So it should look like this. It's a very repetitive pattern. And now we're going to close up the midsection. Also, to hide the seam we made at the top of the shoulder, I just turned it inside out. So you can't even see that bulky part that we made. I made a little chain and insert it through the stitches, and then I just tied it up together. Or you can leave it open. It's up to you. But yeah, I just made a chain, a long chain. And then I basically zigzagged it through the stitches here, just anywhere I could find. And then I tied it together. And then I cleaned up the weave. I weaved in the ends later on, but I don't show it in this part. But yeah, you know the deal. And this is the final product. This is how it turned out. It's very comfy, great for a beach cover up or just a cute summer top. Chill vibes. You can make it longer or more cropped. It's totally up to you, but it's just a cute little blouse that you can wear, and I just hope you enjoyed it and was able to follow along. So follow my socials, and I hope you come back to see more. Thank you so much.